has to be done. You
I think at this point, you are part of the ESCO. I think on behalf of the people of Southeast and those watching us now and those that will watch us later, we will all collectively beg you, if it means bringing 1 keg of palm wine to do that, we will. But to please speak on our behalf. Make it 2.
Make it whiskey, good whiskey.
Okay. Trust me on that. I shall do so. But on a serious note, what we are saying is that it is so obvious that what I have highlighted, if there is no joint regional effort, all the effort being made by individual states, in my view, would eventually amount to none, because these borders are fluid. Sometimes, there is no demarcation. These individuals, is basically like someone in one village, and they move in and they move out. Anyway, that aside, I come to another question based on what you said, Mr. Commissioner. There is something that has occurred, and I have read, and I want to affirm from you that hotels are required to submit data, and this data should be submitted to the PG of the community, while the PG brings that to the people in charge of data collection. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, are you not worried that data passing through President Generals, isn't that a data breach? Because the reason why I say so is, did government not think it wise to have a portal where every hotel must register, have access to, that when somebody lodges in, they input this data with NIN number. I mean, there are NIN API calls and integrations that within a space of 72 hours, some of us can actually make that go live. That government can actually do this without physical paper really being filled, collected and taken to people with someone's NIN. Reason is, we have seen many places that people want to go and buy akara or suya, and they end up seeing their certificate or the certificate of their loved ones being used in wrapping akara. So, for me, I can see, being as someone who is who earns a living within the data industry, and I can see that this is already a data breach staring us in the face. Don't you think so?
Yep, I share your concern. No law is perfect. And during practice, laws are subjected to scrutiny and refined. And I believe that this is one area that may be, reconsidered sooner than later, because this is not the first time I'm getting this observation. Many people have called me to express similar concern that there are too many hands that the information would have to pass through, that is going to injure the hospitality industry. And again, breach data, like you said, because the law requires that a PG will submit to mayors. Mayors will now submit to state government. So I believe sooner than later that will be revisited. I think so. I think so, because many people have shared that concern. No law is perfect or static. I believe that, or not just this data aspect alone. Every aspect of the homeland law that requires amendment will receive attention. Luckily, Anambra State is one government, so, and the House of Assembly is working in perfect harmony with the executive arm. So amendment of such laws will not be a difficulty at all.
Okay, I'm glad I am not the only person that have shared such concern. So we'll be awaiting that the however the process is going to take, because as I said before, too many hands getting to see those data will lead into serious data breach that would actually jeopardize the essence. Because I saw a news earlier today on Twitter. Saw a lady found in a hotel in Abuja and while tied down. Now, imagine that is Anambra State with the current scenario. That data has not gotten to the way it ought to be. That data is still sitting somewhere. But if that data is imputed in a portal, the agencies could actually, this is room whatever, and who checked in here, sitting in their office in real time, actually check the details, NIN number, probably look into telephone number match to that and begin to do their act immediately. Anyway, that's on a final note. Now, but on another note, you said something that, regarding people reporting and being promised 5 million. How are people responding? How many people up to now? How many people up to now? Have we paid? How many millions? No, don't tell me the names, but at least tell us how many millions have they? And how are we sure that how are we sure that because you don't like Mazes, okay? Somebody will now ring, Mazes, okay, do you know that Okada that he drives? He actually kidnapped 2 people to buy it. And suddenly somebody comes in, takes me, and that's it. So how also, what are the mechanisms inbuilt to make sure? In order to make money, there are not anything. People will do a lot.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
It does not work that way. If you give us an intel, the intel is subjected to extensive investigation.
Okay.
We just have to validate your claim. Arrests will not even be made until a prima facie case is established.
Okay.
So it's not because one says, okay, bought a new car and therefore he should. No. You see, the law is very clear on this. The law talks about the property that is used for kidnapping being automatically forfeited to government. And of course, there is also the issue of unexplained wealth. At your level, your status and everything, I don't think anybody should be surprised that you bought a new car. But if a barrel pusher all of a sudden buys a G-Wagon, we are interested in knowing what happened. Honestly, we want to know precisely what happened. Things can happen. Somebody can come into sudden wealth through an honest process. You can inherit something from somebody. You can win a lottery. All the law requires is for you to show us how that happened. That's all. But if you cannot explain how the new car emerged when you are not worth it, the property will be lost to government. That is what the law says. It will be lost to government. It's an unexplained wealth. Do you get the point? So if you use proceeds of kidnapping, for example, to build or buy anything, government will also confiscate it.
Okay, I get that. I get that.
In the heart of the city where stories unfold, Gentle Media TV shining bright and bold, bringing news from the corners of the globe, connects us together, no matter